MC Barber.
Hey everyone, this is MC Barber. I have a nice haircut here for you. This haircut is medium to low fade with bangs across. I will show you how to do men's bangs. So as usually, I comb the hair in the direction the hair naturally falls. I damp the hair slightly so it kind of stays in the place. It doesn't run away from my clippers. And here I am removing the bulk of the hair and creating the foundation for my haircut. When the hair is this kind of short like this, you kind of have to feed it with a comb into the clipper and keep it slightly more damper than you would usually do, so it doesn't just run away from your clippers. I'm using 1.5 as usually. I'm not gonna go too high here, as you can see. And just work with my number 1.5 there on creating the foundation for my haircut. I get a questions whether I prefer octane clippers, this particular one, which is Oster octane, or Supra by Andis. I definitely prefer these over Andis. I'm not saying that Andis are not good. I just like the way these are designed. I've been using them for the last 3 years, and I really, think they are pretty good clipper. So then my next step here is using my Wahl magic clip. I'm starting my fade from 0. These clippers are 0 gap. So basically what I did here, I started with my closed blade and I opened it and started my fade like that, and I'm kind of fading from bottom up, as you can see. It's just a different way to blend. Pretty much there is nothing to it. There are three ways that you can actually do your fades. There is fading from bottom up, from top down, and then you can just actually kind of go in between, go up and then go from top down, and kind of go in between, mix it up. So, but pretty much it's very simple, especially in my fading system. Once I create a foundation, my foundation usually is created by 1.5, and then connecting the sides with the top. I always do it with a straight edge razor or scissor over comb, but the fade itself then is done anywhere from 0 to 1.5. So it's really simple though. It's very simple to do fading in my system, because you really rarely have to fade between, anything over 1.5, because all the fading is done between 0 and 1.5, as you can see in this case here. First I did my 1.5 all the way up, and now I'm fading from 0 to 1.5, and as you will see, I will connect the top either with a straight edge razor or with the scissors. Alright, so now I'm using 1/16 of an inch. So in this case I'm basically fading from bottom up. I started with my closed clippers, then my closed blade, then I open my blade. Now I am using my 1/16 of an inch with an open blade. Alright, so I have a workshop scheduled for April 24th this year, right after Connecticut Barber Expo, and it's already sold out, so I'm sorry for anyone who was planning to attend it, that the registration is already closed. But keep an eye on my website, mcbarber.com, and go to our workshop page. and we'll be posting you. We'll be basically scheduling new workshops. So we'll be having workshops on a regular basis, and private classes are held Sunday morning. So you can call for availability. There is a contact info on my website, mcbarber.com, and we can go from there. Our private classes usually are one-on-one, and I train you basically on whatever you like, whether it's a straight edge razor like this type of work, or razor work, or scissor work, or blow drying and styling, or clipper work as you need, and also if you need to be coached on the competitions as well. So here, this is my next step here. I am doing a razor overcomb or sculpting. I really like this technique for connecting the sides with the top. It really kind of sculpts it, as you can see there. It removes the weight, length, and it kind of really gives you that nice transition from short to long, basically. The razor I'm using, you can get through our website, mcbarber.com. It's a Tondeo razor. There is a little bit more on that razor on my website. Really, it's one of my favorite razors for this technique. There are similar razors out there that are made also by Tondeo as well, or by Dowell, but I think by far the design of this particular razor and the fact that it has a screw, so when it gets loose, you can tighten it. It's really amazing. So when I use my razor, I keep the hair pretty damp. I cut the hair with the razor. We keep the hair damp. You don't want to do it on a dry hair. It will just strip the hair. So you make sure the hair is pretty wet, or actually damp. It doesn't really have to be wet. So on the top, I'm creating some texture with the sculpting technique. Now I'm checking how far is his receding hairline going, so that way I can make sure that when I create the bangs, that I leave that I leave the hair longer at the corners, so it kind of feels good. That I don't cut it too short, and then you can see the hairline is going back. So I like doing the bangs on men's hairstyles. I like to make them uneven. The razor is actually a perfect tool for it. It gives you that texture look. You don't want just a straight across bangs. They really look way better if they are textured and layered. So here I'm showing you how to do texture bangs with a straight edge razor. Even though I'm cutting across, I'm not getting that sharp straight line. And then after this, I will put some layers in his bangs. That way they get a little piecey. But as you can see, how his bangs already starting to look versus the scissors. If I just took the scissors and cut straight across, you would get those heavy bangs that are really straight across. Alright, so once that is done, I would like to lighten them up a little bit, and I would like to kind of layer them. So once I make sure they are kind of, I don't want like those, even though I don't want them even, I also don't want them too much uneven. So they still have to have some type of, you know, I mean, they have to be somewhat even. Alright, so my next step here now is to create the layers in the bangs. I'm gonna take sections to the side As I drop the length, I simply take some bulk out. As you can see here, I'm coming to the side. My guide is dropped, or the length is dropped. So I'm not cutting the length of the bangs anymore. They stay the same as they are. I comb to the side, and then I just remove some of the bulk. So when they fall down, they fall nice, and they are textured and layered. So as you can see, his bangs are not heavy. Here I'm just gonna remove a little bit of the length on the top. I'm gonna do point cutting or notching, depends the terms that you were taught. Some people call it point cutting, some people call it notching. And I'll just to polish it, do scissor over comb. I get questions what type of scissors I use. The scissors I use are 6.5-inch convex edge. The brand is Mizutani's. They are actually pretty nice scissors. I like them. So that's that for scissors. So here it is. That's your before and after bang haircut. You have low fade with bangs, easy to maintain. I believe nice haircut right there. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm MC. If you like my work, please put a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and here it is, few other videos that you can watch on my channel before and after. And look for these videos on my channel. Thanks a lot guys. Until next time, take care of yourself.